On the line, George Kollias from Nile. George, thanks for taking my call.
Thanks for the invitation.
Nile have got a new album coming out very soon, but let's just backtrack just a little bit. Let's talk about the new guys in the band, Brad and Brian. Tell us how we came to find them and what they've brought to the band.
Well, Brad is not actually a new guy. I mean, obviously he just joined for the recordings of the past album, so he didn't make it to the recordings except some vocals he did. So he's not actually a new member. He's with us for 5 years, so he's our guy now. Brian also joined like a couple years ago, and it was a bless from the skies to find this guy. He's a super talented guitar player, vocalist. His songwriting is killer. He contributed 4 new songs on the album. What it takes to join a band and contribute 4 songs, like huge respect. So yeah, they brought this fresh vibe in the band. They're really, really excited to be in the band. They, now, the team spirit is like insane. It's like, it's so big, like we're like a really united team, and I dare to say that this is the best Nile lineup and the best time we ever had in the band. And I'm in the band for more than 16 years. So mark my words, this lineup, if you see Nile live, you're going to be amazed.
So how did the vision for the new album come about, and how did we go about getting that down? I can't say on tape these days, but how do we go about getting it recorded?
Well, we did a lot of touring for What Should Not Be on Earth, the previous album. And we were kind of late, and people started pushing us. So I'm like, okay, maybe we should take a break and get in our studio and write the new thing, and then record it. We did a lot of pre-production. So we started writing, and we spent about a year on the pre-production. So we're talking about, think about some of the songs. The title track, for example, is it took like 9 recordings. So we did like 9 different demos for one song. So it was a lot of pre-production. And this time we went for, just wanted, the best we could ever do, like songwriting, the musicianship. We wanted to be raised a little bit. It's just, we just polish a little bit the details. And I think what we achieved shows, when you listen to the album.
Now, I get the impression from what I've read that it was a little bit of a different recording process for you, having a lot of the pre-production already done and then you coming in. Is that correct?
No, we always did that. We spend time with pre-production, but this time we look into the details a lot. Like try different feels, like try different structures. Every little thing, it counts. Trust me. And we didn't want to rush it, so we took our time. And obviously we're more experienced too, because we basically recorded this ourselves, And then we had Mark Lewis doing the mix and mastering. So the whole process was me and Carl, the recording and manage the recordings. So I think we're more experienced now. And, that played like a big role as well.
With reference to you not rushing it, I understand a lot was gone over again and discarded, songs trimmed down because bits didn't fit. How brutal was that?
I think it's normal, like it happens every time. I think it happens for every band, Like you can't write something and then go and record it and be like, okay, this is it, Songs need a lot of work. So I have my personal studio. Carl has his own studio that all 3 of them, they were tracking there, all the demos. So everybody was working, individually. And then, we put all the elements together. And it makes way more sense, to work on a song and be able to listen to that different version. Like, for example, like if you change a beat there, how is it going to sound? Well, I have my studio, so I can do it. I go down in the studio, deliver something different, and then we judge. So that's what polishing was for me, we spent a lot of time with these little details, and I think it only benefits an album.
So how long do you think this album took you from start to finish, and when is it coming out?
The release date is November 1st. We delivered the album around July, if I remember correctly. It took over a year. That was it, over a year. But it's 11 songs plus one more song which we didn't include on the album. And we keep it for the future, probably another release we will see. So yeah, it took like about a little bit over a year.
Right, the release date, as you mentioned, November 1, via Nilotic Rites. What happens for Nile upon release? Where are you touring?
US tour coming out for November 1st, with the release. That will be with Terrorizer, North America. But it's pretty big. It's like 45 shows. So that's going to be a long one. But we just finished a European tour. We're back like 2 days ago. And the feedback for the new songs, we played 3 songs there. The feedback was amazing. So yeah, very, very happy. Yeah, we plan to do a lot of touring and possibly get to Australia as well.
Excellent. That's what we like to hear.
Yeah.
We're stuck way over here on the other side of the world. It's getting a lot better lately, I will tell you that.
We didn't make it on the last album, and it was a big pity, So this time, Australia was a request from the band, as well as Japan, because we didn't make it to Japan either for the last album.
George, are there any particular tracks you want to talk about off the new album?
I can't really separate any tracks, man, this time. Like I said, I'm the happiest ever, with the production, with the songwriting, with our performance in there. All 4 songs Brian wrote was a big step up. In my opinion, he contributed a lot to the band. Carl, obviously, as always, he delivered some amazing music, Brad also contributed a lot of riffs and ideas on the new songs. And for the first time, I even recorded a track as well. I wrote the track. Yeah, so I took some time and, deliver some music. That was fun.
So it's pretty safe to say that George is pretty happy with the way Nile has gone with this album, Vile Nilotic Rites, and he's looking forward to it coming out.
The happiest ever. And I'm telling you, there's always excitement, when you have a new album and you're like, it's fresh and, you can't wait for people to listen to. But, man, this time, I really, really mean this is my favorite Nile album by far.
Are you living in Greece still?
Yes.
And the rest of the band in the USA, maybe?
South Carolina, US, yeah.
With the what you were mentioning before, with you having your own studio and there, Carl having his studio, how has that worked for you with recording? Do you find it works pretty well?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Yeah. We have a lot of experience right now, so we wanted to take everything, control of everything. I think we managed to do like a great job. And I don't know, it's easy. It's easy, it's me and Carl mostly do the studio work and everybody's throwing ideas. I think it was the smoothest recording we ever had. Not a thing, actually, I'm 100% sure. Like I guarantee you, if you ask Carl, he will tell you the same thing. So it was very, very smooth. No problems, we just took our time and delivered this album.
Sounds like everyone's on the same page.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right, George Kollias from Nile, thank you so much for talking to me today.
It was a pleasure. Thank you.
Best of luck with the new Nile album, Vile Nilotic Rites, out on November 1. Wish you every success with it, and hopefully we'll see you down here in Australia again soon.
Yeah, can't wait to get there, man. Thank you very much.